Welcome everybody one more time to your English course by Conamat Ecatepec. Today we're gonna look two topics again. The first is the present continuous, right? Present continuous. In the three forms: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. And what is the present continuous, right? The present continuous are action that are action that happening in this moment, in the present moment that I were speaking, right? I mean, check this, like this. For example, this is the past, this is the present, and this is the future. The present continuous is right here. Things that all happen in this moment, right? I mean right now. For example, I'm teaching you English, right? Another example. Sandy and Joe are dancing, right? For example, with present continuous, John is walking, right? Walking in the park. I mean, check this. The verb goes in the ending ing, right? This is the second part for this M. Like, John is walking in the park when. The answer is right now. Now, in this moment, John está caminando en el parque. ¿Cuándo? En este momento, right? Another example with this, check this case, and blah. In this case, we have three different ways to talk about of these tense, right? The affirmative, the negative, and interrogative. This is affirmative sentence, right? I'm gonna draw a chart for you. This is affirmative. One example with affirmative sentence. For example, I am eating. Check this. In this case, we need the verb to be after the subject. Subject, verb to be, and verb in gerund. I mean gerundio, gerund. I'm ending ing. I'm eating, right? I am eating. Well, now, the next subject, you are studying. You for singular are studying. Next subject, she is dancing. Right? She is dancing. Next example with this, it's raining. It is raining. Another example with this, we are speaking. We are speaking. We are speaking. They are walking. They are walking. Right? I am, you are, she is, it is, we are, they are, eating, studying, dancing, raining, speaking, walking, right? This is the affirmative sentence in the present continuous. Now, for negative, just add the negative not after the verb to be. Repeat. Just add not after the verb to be. In that case, I'm not eating, right? I'm not eating. For this is the same. You are not studying. Or in the contraction form, you aren't studying. You are not. It's the same that you aren't. Just, this is the contraction, right? And this is the long way. Are not, aren't, it's the same, right? You are not studying. You aren't studying. Studying. Now with this, she is not dancing or she isn't dancing. She is not or she isn't. She isn't, she is not, again, it's the same. She is not dancing. Now, with this, it is raining. It is not raining. Or it isn't raining. We are speaking. We are speaking. But negative, we are not speaking. We aren't speaking. And the last, they are walking, they are not walking. They aren't. They are not, they aren't walking. This is affirmative, negative, and the interrogative, I'm gonna delete this. Check. For affirmative, for questions, sentence, in this case, yes, no questions, just switch the words. In that case, we beginning with the verb to be. It's like I eating question mark. I mean, para la pregunta lo que vas a hacer solamente es switchear el nombre, el orden de las palabras. Switch the order of the words, right? In this case, we start with personal pronoun. We start with verb to be. In this case, it's the same. You are studying, affirmative. In question, are you studying? It's the same with this. She is dancing. In question, is she dancing? With this is the same. It is raining. In question, is it raining? We are speaking. In questions, are we speaking? And the last, they are walking. Switch the words. Are they walking? Right? Please take note for this in your notebook or your laptop, I don't know, or just a screenshot, please. Are you ready? Now, how to structure the present continuous. Now, como puedes ver, the present continuous is formed with the verb to be and the main verb with the ing, right? The verb to be must be conjugated according to the subject, right? Of the sentence, we use this tense to talk about actions that are happening at the moment of the speaking. Me refiero a, vamos a utilizar el verbo, el presente continuo para hablar de cosas que estamos haciendo exactamente en este momento. Now, for question, this is yes, no questions that know this. You can use the contraction in that case or in both affirmative and negative sentence. Now, I am eating, you are studying. The contraction, I am, you're, she's, it's, we're, they, I'm eating, you're studying, she's dancing, it's raining, we're speaking, they're walking, right? Now, how to form the present participle? Now, the form of the present participle, ing, there are some rules that you have to follow. Now, check, I'm gonna delete all this. Voy a borrar todo esto para mostrarte cómo formamos esto de aquí. Como puedes ver, aquí por ejemplo, se multiplica, aquí se pone esto. Vamos a enseñarte cómo se realiza el verbo gerundio en inglés. Right. Please, spelling rules for verb to be. Spelling rules. Now, what is the spelling rules? With the most of the verbs, we have to add just ing. With the most of the verbs, con la mayoría de los verbos, with the most of the verbs, we have to add ing. Right? For example, in that case, talk, talking, eat, talk, eat, drink, watch. Talk. Or for example, another example with this. Another words. Be changes and this. With another word for dream, changes dreaming. With another word, for example, play or cry, play, cry, changes into crying, playing. And the last one, see, seeing, right? Being, dreaming, playing, crying, seeing, right? There are some exceptions for this one, but there are some exceptions. The verbs ending in silent e. This is the first rule. The second rule, the verbs ending and silent e. I mean, for example, drive, right. Silent in me refiero a que la E no se pronuncia. La pronunciación de este sería algo así como drive, ¿no? Drive. Drive. Esta es la sería la tónica. La E no se pronuncia. A eso se refiere con verbos que terminan en silent e. Drive, love, lose. Drive, love, lose, dance. Changes in that case, we drop the vowel E and add ing. Driving, right? Loving, losing, dancing, and repeat. Vamos a drop the I, eliminar la E y agregamos ing, right? Drive, driving, love, loving, lose, losing, dance, dancing, right? This is the first. Now, the next rule, please take note for this one. The next rule is pay attention for this, the third. In that case, if we of the verbs ended with consonant plus vowel consonant, repeat. Consonant plus vowel plus consonant consonant vowel consonant. Check this. In that case, we duplicate the last consonant and we add ing. For example, swim, run, plan. Swim, run, plan, stop, begin. All these words changes into swimming. We must to duplicate the last consonant and we have to add ing. Swimming, run, running, plan, planning, stop, stopping, begin, beginning, I mean, in Spanish, it's like nadando, corriendo, planeando, deteniéndose, comenzando. Right? This for the answer. And the last rule for this, the last rule. This rule says verbs ending in ing verbs ending in IA changes IA to Y. to why. I mean, for example, an, at, ing. In that case, for example, die, lie, tie. Die, lie, tie. Changes the rule says verse in IA changes IA to Y and we add ing. I mean die, dying, lie, lying, tie, tying. Easy, right? Please take note for this. Por favor, toma nota de lo que está ahí para poder seguir con la segunda parte de present continuous, right? Right. Voy a escribirte un ejercicio. Write the sentence. The next exercise is write the sentence in negative and interrogative form. To write the negative sentence, please don't use the contraction in both ways. Now, for example, this is the exercise. Now, pay attention for this exercise. This is I'm gonna give you one example for the exercise. For example, in present simple, I mean in present continuous, the sentence is the mechanic is fixing our car, my car. Example for the exercise. But the mechanic is, in this case, fixing my car. Right? This is the affirmative sentence, right? Now, you have to change this in negative sentence and in interrogative sentence. For example, with this example, the negative sentence, it's like the mechanic is not fixing my car. The last, now this is the negative sentence. Now for question, it's like, check this. In this case, is the mechanic fixing my car? Right? You got it? Now for the exercise, I'm gonna give you 5 sentences and you try to translate this sentence or to changes this sentence in negative form and questions, right? Now the first sentence is this. First, and she is swimming in the pool. He's now. Two, the second sentence is you are listening to music. Repeat, you are listening the music, right? The next, my grandmother is cooking dinner. Um, the fourth sentence, the fourth is Peter and Paul are watching a movie. Are watching a movie. And five, the last sentence is we are learning English. We are learning English. We are learning English, right? I'm gonna give you 1 minute to try to change all the sentence in the negative and questions. Tienes 1 minuto para convertir todas esas oraciones en negativa e interrogativa. I'm gonna give you the answer for this exercise. The first sentence, she is swimming in the pool. In the negative, she is not swimming in the pool. Just we add the not in this. She's not swimming in the pool. Now, for interrogative, it's like if she's swimming in the pool, changes the words, is she swimming in the pool, right? The next, you are listening to music. Now for negative, you are not listening the music. Now in interrogative, are you listening to music? Changes the word, switch the words. Are you listening to music? Now, third sentence. My grandmother is cooking dinner. Now, for negative, my grandmother is not cooking dinner. Now, for negative, now, in interrogative sentence, is my grandmother, is my grandmother, repeat, is my grandmother cooking dinner? Now, the fourth sentence, Peter and Paul are watching a movie. For negative, Peter and Paul are not watching a movie. And the last, for interrogative questions, it's like, are Paul and Peter, or I mean, are Peter and Paul watching a movie? And the last, we are learning English. For negative, we are not learning English. Repeat, we are not learning English. And for questions, is are we learning English? Switch the words. Are we learning English? Right? Por favor, copia eso en tu libreta, ponle screenshot para tus anotaciones y en un momento más las borro. Voy a borrar. You got it? Right. The present continuous is essential because it shows us when someone is doing something, right? And now this is the second part for the present continuous. Present continuous, second part. Second part, right? Now for the second part, Como acabamos de ver, el presente continuo es para cosas que están pasando en este momento. Ahora vamos a profundizar un poco más porque este es solamente uno de los usos, el más común, pero vamos a profundizar un poquito más el tema. Pero voy a darte dos usos más, right? The present continuous, the first use number one. For now. Person continuous is the person continues with normal verbs to express the idea that something is happening now, right? I mean, past, present, future. Past, present, future. For now, it's like this. I mean, like in this, right now. Things that are happening that are happened in this moment. Like for example, you are learning English now. You are not swimming now. Are on an interrogative? Are you sleeping? I am sitting. I'm not sleeping. In another question, is he sitting or standing? Another, they are reading their books. They are they are reading their books. They are reading their book. This is the present continuous. For example, with WH, why aren't you doing? Why aren't with negative the verb to be? We aren't you doing? Where are you doing your homework? ¿Por qué no estás haciendo tu tarea? When in this moment. Now, this is the first use for the present continuous, el que acabamos de ver hace un momento. Now, the second use, the present continuous, use number two. Use number two, right? In this case, for longer action in progress now. Longer action in progress now, right? Check this line. Past, present, future. Past, present, future, right? Now, this is like longer actions, acciones prolongadas in progress now, right? Right? In this case, in English now can mean different things. This second, today, this month, for different things. This second, today, this month, this year, this century, and so on. Sometimes we use the present continuous to say that we are in the process or doing a longer action with each which is in progress. However, we might not be doing in at this exact second in it at this exact second, right? Example, all this sentence can be said while eating or dinner in a restaurant. Repeat. Example with this second use. With this, repeat all this sentence. All this sentence can be said while all this sentence can be said while eating dinner in a restaurant. All this sentence can be said while eating dinner in the restaurant. For example, I am studying to become a doctor. I am studying to become a doctor. Right? Another example with this, for example, I'm not studying to become a dentist, right? In the negative. I'm not studying to become a dentist, right? Another example with this use, for example, are you working in, are you working, are you working on any special projects at work? Repeat. Are you working on any special project at work? Sorry, fue un poco chueco. ¿Vale? Repito ahora en español. Acciones largas que están en progreso justo ahora, ¿vale? Pero que no se han completado. Estoy estudiando para convertirme en doctor, una carrera que dura 5 o 6 años, ¿no? Estás trabajando en un proyecto especial, en algún proyecto especial en este momento, o sea, un proyecto que dure bastante tiempo, right? Please take note for this second use of these words. I'm gonna delete all this. Let's move on the next use. Now check this, the third use, right? Now use near future. Use number 3. Near future. Now check this. This is like past, present, future. It's like, right? Not in this present moment, but in the near future. No algo que está en este preciso momento, pero en un futuro muy, muy próximo. Okay? Near future. Now, check this structure and examples. Sometimes speakers use the present continuous to indicate that something will or will not happen in near future. For example, I'm meeting some friends afterwards. Check this. I'm meeting some friends afterwards. Afterwards. Right? Next example with this use of the present continuous. I'm not going to the party tonight. I'm not going to the party tonight. Tonight. Another example with this, in the question, is she visiting? Is she visiting? Is she visiting his parents next weekend? His parents next weekend. The question mark. Next, isn't, again in the question, but negative questions. Isn't he coming? Isn't he coming? Isn't he coming with us tonight? Things that are happen, things that to indicate that something will or will not happening in the near future. Cosas que pueden pasar o no en un futuro muy, muy cercano. Por ejemplo, me voy a reunir con mis amigos después del trabajo, ¿no? No voy a ir a la fiesta hoy. Y pregunta aquí, ¿ella visitará a sus padres el próximo fin de semana o él no va a venir con nosotros esta noche? Cosas que van a pasar en un futuro muy, muy cercano al presente. This is the third use for the present continuous near future, right? Now, time expressions in the present simple and continuous. Repeat. The next topic is time expressions for present simple and continuous. Please take note of, of all these in your notebook. I'm gonna delete all this. Bueno, acabamos la primera parte de la clase, ya vimos el presente continuo, primera parte, segunda parte. Ahora vamos a ver expresiones expresiones temporales para presente simple y presente continuo. Vamos a ver las diferencias entre uno y otro y al final vamos a dejar una tarea y unos ejercicios en esta próxima hora. Bien, empezamos esta segunda parte. Now, time expressions. Time expressions for present simple and present continuous. Right? Before I'm gonna talk with you with this topic. Art is a beautiful way in which people from around of the world express their culture and a tradition to others. The art. Right, and the primary forms of art included visual arts, such as drawing, painting, sculpting, photography, and cinematography. They also included performing arts like music, dance, and theater, and literature, right? That is to say poetry, novels, and epics, among others. Learning about art can be exciting, right, and inspiring. Some places where you can learn about art museums and galleries. You need to work to correct use of the present simple and continuous tense, the time expression, and frequency adverbs to describe works of art such as paintings and sculptures that you find in galleries or museums. And knowing deals will you to talk about of present simple, I mean Present simple. Do you remember the present simple? We use the present simple for permanent situations. The first, next, facts for facts. And then for habits and routines. And routines. And last, for feelings, options, and occupations. Feelings, options, and occupations. Feeling, options, and occupations. You will also be able to describe and emphasize simultaneous action or actions are happening at the moment of speaking with appropriate time expressions. So let's review the general object of this topic. By the end of this topic, you will be able to distinguish which the time expressions to use in the present simple and continuous. You will be contrasting their use to express daily life actions in your country as well as in English speaking countries. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you heard the words time expressions? Do you want to learn more about these expressions? Let's read more about them, right? In this part of the class, you will be using the time expression used in both in present simple and continuous tense. Remember that the present simple is used to express daily life action, right? Present simple is used to express the daily life actions. This is the present simple. Now, present continuous. We use present continuous to talk about action in progress. Is used to talk, is used to talk about action in progress. Is used to talk about progress, present continuous, right? The first, permanent situations, right? This permanent situation. The present simple expresses permanent or long-term situations, right? This is the first. For facts and general truths, it also makes reference to scientific facts or general truths. For example, oil paints is more durable and tougher. For facts, oil paint is more durable and tougher. Now for habits and routines, the present simple describes regular and repeated action. For example, I usually go to the Palace of the Fine Art during summer vacations. Right? Repeat. I usually go to the Palace of Fine Arts during summer vacations. Now, for filling option and occupations of beliefs, right? This structure is used to express text, sorry, Repeat, to express thoughts, feelings, and impressions. For example, Frida Kahlo's painting styling is bizarre, right? Bizarre. This is for feelings, options, and occupations. Yes? Now, dejen tomar agua. Now, for occupations, the present simple is always used to refer to the occupation or professions. For example, Gabriel Orozco is a Mexican artist. Repeat, Gabriel Orozco is a Mexican artist. This is the present simple for the occupations, right? Repeat, all right. Now, adverbs of frequency describes how regularly an action happens. They are using in the present simple and have the following basic positions. Now, present simple with adverbs of frequency. With adverbs of frequency. With adverbs of frequency. The adverbs of frequency are the next. The first adverb of frequency, do you remember the first adverbs of the, do you remember the adverbs of frequency? The first is always, right? Always, for example, one example with always in present simple. The customer is always right. The next adverb of frequency is usually. Now, one example with usually, our soccer team usually practice twice a week. Repeat, nuestro soccer team usually practice twice a week. Now, usually, next, frequently, repeat frequently. Frequently, for example, one example with frequently, we practice English outside the classroom frequently. Repeat, we practice English. We practice English outside the classroom. The classroom frequently. Next adverb of frequency. Frequently, the next are often. Don't say often. The correct pronunciation is often. For example, do you often speak with your teachers? Do you often speak with your teachers? often. They are, in these cases, seldom. Right? Seldom. In that case, seldom, voters seldom know that politicians. Voters seldom know that politicians. That politicians mean what they say. The next other frequency, often, seldom, and rarely. Rarely, and in that case, one example with rarely, it's like they rarely go to the library. They rarely go to the library. The library. Now, on hardly, on never. Hardly, with this, hardly, hardly, and never. Hardly ever means hardly ever. Hardly ever. One example with hardly ever, I mean, hardly ever. The students in my class hardly ever participate. The students in my class hardly ever participate. Right? And the last, with never. Tom is never late for school. Tom is never late for school. Right? This is the other frequency in the present simple. Right? Now, how is the structure for this sentence? The first, after to be, for example, Frida Kahlo's painting are usually now after verb to be. In that case, rules for this case, this is all. Now, rules after the verb to be. I mean, in that case, it's like, for example, the Frida Kahlo's paintings the Frida Kahlo paintings are usually are usually The Frida Kahlo's paintings are usually filled with vibrant color. With vibrant colors. Now, in this case, the adverb frequency goes after the verb to be. In this case, usually goes after the verb to be. This is the first rule. The next, I'm gonna delete all this. The next rule, before of the verb is except with verb to be. I normally work in my study on Saturdays. After auxiliary verbs in affirmative of negative. For example, I can sometimes take really good photographs at the beginning in the sentence to make emphasize. Sometimes we go to the art galleries in the city. Besides using frequency adverbs in simple present, we can also use time expressions for these tense. Remember that time expressions in general are short and phrases that tell us when in the timeline an action happens. In the case of the simple present, they tell us the frequency with which you do something. Time expressions in any tense can only have two positions. I mean, at the very end of the sentence or at the very beginning, followed by a comma. Look at the example of in this case. For example, I have dancing lesson. I have dancing. I have dancing lessons every Monday. I have dancing lesson every Monday, right? Every Monday. Every Monday and Wednesday. And Wednesday, right? Right, Wednesday. Now, in that case, you look at for this case, it's almost very end of the sentence. Now, very beginning every Monday. On Wednesday, every Monday and Wednesday, I have dancing lessons. Right? Every Monday and Wednesday, I have dancing lessons. Right? Now, please take note for all this. Esto fue una recapitulación muy breve de todo lo que es el presente simple. Ahora vamos a hacerlo con el present continuous. Vamos a desarrollarlo mucho más a fondo. Pero por favor, antes de eso, toma nota. Voy a borrar. Right. Now, is the term of the present continuous. Present continuous. Right. Now, check the information related to the present continuous and the time expressions that belong to these tense. For example, time events happening now, the first. Events happening now. The present continuous is used to talk about action happening at the moment of speaking. For example, don't disturb the artist. He's working. He is working, for example. He is. He is working. Next, temporary. Temporary. Repeat, temporary. Right? Temporary situations. Temporary situations. It can also refer to situations which happen during a lapse of time. For example, I'm taking a sculpture course for beginners this semester. It also makes reference to scientific facts or general truths. Right. The next is developing actions. Now, this structure refers to actions which are changing with the time. For example, my drawing is getting better and better. Repeat, repeat, all the sentence repeat. This structure is referred to actions which are changing with time. For example, my drawing is getting better. It's getting better and better. Is getting better and better. Please take note for this. Dejen tomar agua. Now, number 4. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth. Right? This is the 4. Now, 4. Time expressions. Repeat time expressions. Time expressions. We use the present continuous with expressions such as now, at the moment, at present, today, tonight, this morning, afternoon, this evening, this week, this month, this year, and while. Time expressions have the following basic position. The first, at the very end of the sentence. Positions. First, at the very end of the sentence. At the very end of the sentence. For example, that is the complement. That repeat, that is in the complement. For example, with this, he is living in an apartment at present. Repeat example with this, he is living in apartment at the present. At present. Just at present. Now, this is the positions. The second, at the beginning of the sentence, make emphasize, right? In this position, it must be following a comma. For example, right now, the next, repeat at the beginning at the beginning of the sentence. For example, right now, comma, this is important. The comma, right now, we are watching the news on TV. On TV, right? Now, go over the meaning and some examples of the most common time expression for the present continuous. Por favor, anoten eso para darles una lista de expresiones de tiempo con presente continuo. Bueno, voy a borrar para seguir con las expresiones de tiempo para presente continuo. Repeat time expressions. Time expressions with present continuous. For example, I'm gonna give you a list and with time expression. For example, the first now. Now for example, I'm texting my mom now. Repeat, I'm texting my mom now. Now the next expressions, at the moment. Repeat, at the moment. At the moment. Now, one example with this, the whole man is reading The old man is reading the newspaper at the moment. At the moment. Next, at present. At present. In this case, for example, Dolores is taking, example with this, is Dolores is taking care of her neighborhood. Dolores is taking care of her neighborhood. Neighbors, dogs at present. Right? At present. The next time expressions. Today. With today. One example with today. For example, my friends and I. My friends and I are having a picnic today. This is for today. I mean hoy. Now, tonight. For tonight, one example with tonight, we're going. We are going to a concert tonight. Tonight. Without this N. Tonight. Right? And again. Tonight. Tonight. Now for this morning, this afternoon, this evening. This morning, afternoon, evening. For example, with this, Tom is studying at home. This afternoon. Right. The next time expression in present continuous. This week, this month of this year. Repeat. This week, this month, this month, or this year. Can be wherever. One example with this month, this week, this month, and this year. For example, the 2012 class is graduation this year. Repeat the 2012 is graduation this year. Now, the next, on the last, while, while. One example with while. The cameraman is filming. The cameraman is filming while the reporter is giving the news. Check this. And now, right here at the moment, right here at the present, right here today, right here tonight, right here tonight, this morning, this afternoon, this year, and while things are happening, two things are happening in the present moment. Saben que estas clases son completamente en vivo. Apunten eso y en un minuto más pasamos a lo siguiente. Bueno, regresamos. Vamos a pasar a la siguiente parte. Y en la última, estamos a nada de terminar, ¿vale? Well, now for the speaking, this is all for this the time expression in present continuous. Now, arrive in the part of the speaking of the homework for you. The homework. Speaking part. The name of this part of speaking is what about you? What is your day like? Right? Now, everybody does many activities with a certain regularity, such as getting up in the morning, taking shower, having breakfast, and going to work or school. Now, give me information about your routines that include the elements like your occupation, time you wake up, or occupation. The first is occupation. Next time you wake up, or maybe take a shower, or have breakfast. I don't know, stuff like that. Also, maybe time you start and finish your work or school. I mean, three activities you do at school or work. Repeat. Three activities that you do at school. School or work. Right? Dejen tomar agua. Another, what time do you go to sleep? What time do you arrive your homes? Now, the recording should be from 2 or 5 minutes, right? Before sending or bring us your description, make sure it has the characteristics contained in the rubrics. I mean, language characteristics. Language, another language, language use, vocabulary, fluency and delivery. Right? This is your homework for this topic. Now, for the part of the activity, I'm gonna give you one exercise, a very long. I'm gonna delete all this. Now check this. Please copy this paragraph. The last exercise for today. Now, Ron and Jane are street painters. They are from Nebraska. But they are living in Tampa. Living in Tampa. Ah, Florida. For, in this case, we have a blank. They are both participating in the Lake World Festival. The last one of February. The last one of February. February. Right? Now, what words can we use for this? Right? In this case, we use for the first, for now. They are both participating in the Lake World Festival, the last one of the February. And what words we use for this? This week. Time expressions. Repeat. Ron y Jenny son artistas callejeros, ellos son de Nebraska, pero están viviendo en Tampa, Florida por ahora. Ambos están participando en el festival de Lake World. En la última semana, que es la última semana en esta última semana de febrero. Bueno, por mi parte es todo por el día de hoy. Nos vemos el día viernes. Ya estamos en las últimas 3 clases. El viernes es la tercera, el lunes y miércoles, y terminamos estas 30 horas de inglés. Recuerden que si quieren participar en el curso presencial de inglés con Amate Catepec, pueden visitarnos. Estamos sobre Avenida 3030 Revolución, a una cuadra del Mexibus de San Cristóbal Centro. Entonces, pues nos despedimos y nos vemos en la siguiente. Cuídense y chao.